Grand Rising. Just a little thought. If you have to go and translate other people's writings into your language, how do you get to be the expert in what was going on back then? Because it's just kind of funny because we have the Old Testament, right? That was written in Hebrew, but the Greeks had to, get a hand on to get their hands on it and then translate into their language. So how exactly is it you guys seem to think that you get to tell us what Obadiah 1 and 15 means, or how we're taking things out of the Old Testament out of context? Because pretty much that's how it always is. Is yes, your guys is that's what you guys have run to. Oh, that's not taken into the correct context. How could you know the correct context when you were never there in the first place? Just something to kind of think about, because you guys seem to want to be you know, the ones we have to go to, the authority on absolutely everything. But it's like, how can you be the authority when you were never there? How can you be the authority on the new covenant when you were never there when the old covenant was established? The Most High was having interaction with his people the whole time. But see, all of a sudden now you guys translate someone else's book into your language, and now all of a sudden you're the authority. You're telling the Most High what he meant. When he made a covenant with our people. You're trying to tell us what Jeremiah means, 30 and 16. You're trying to tell us what Isaiah means. But again, you were never there. Most High was never speaking to you. So therefore, how is it that you seem to think that you have the kind of authority to tell us which books we can read, which books are good, which ones are not good? Oh, well, Peter mentioned Paul, so therefore now all of Paul's writings are good. But Paul mentions Clement, but you can't but you don't hear Clement or Barnabas or any of the other people, the early Christians, the early Israelite church. You guys just make it sound like the church got established in 401 when you guys decided to tell us what's good, what's canonized, what's not. And as I said, it makes absolutely no sense. So like I said, you've been always trying to interject yourselves into family business. And that's what you guys are even doing here in these last days. The Bible was telling you that we were going to wake up in the lands of our captivity, and that we were going to lose our identity. And this is a huge part of prophecy. This is what prophecy revolves around. But see, you've taken prophecy and changed it to everything revolving around Ish in those lands, or here in America and things like that. But again, who's taking things out of context? When the Most High, the prophets were here, they were talking about what's going to happen to the Israelites. After you guys got a hold of our books, all of a sudden now it's what's happening to Gentiles. Everything revolves around Gentiles. And what's happening, if you guys bless Israel, you'll be blessed. So therefore you think that giving these people money is somehow going to help you here at the end. So again, how is it that a people that translates a book that's not even theirs into their language gets to be the authority and tell people what all of these things mean here at the end? So, just something to think about, because these people always want to say that they're the authority. They're telling us that, well, you don't believe in Paul. You don't believe in Paul. Well, Paul was not one of the 12. So see, you elevate, because you elevate someone who's outside of the 12 to push your doctrine, because the 12 wasn't pushing the doctrine that you wanted. They were, but you're going to keep on telling people that they're looking at things out of context. They don't have the correct context. That's what you guys say about absolutely everything. But the only people that have things out of context is you, because you were never in the conversation. So therefore, you were not privy to the context that was going on in the Old Testament. And when the people were talking in the New Testament, they were talking about what was in the Old. So since they were talking about what was in the Old, again, you guys were outside of the loop. All of these conversations have nothing to do with you. If I'm having a conversation with people in my household, someone 50, 60, 70, 80 miles away is not going to come after the fact, write down and be able to copy what I gave my family and then tell me that, I didn't, Big Judah didn't, he didn't mean this, he meant this. And when we say, well, hold on, it's his family business, well, you guys don't have the correct context. This shows you how crazy these people are. And even now, we're telling you about, you're going to have to pay for what happened to us for the last 400 to 500 years. Oh, you guys taking that all out of context. That's not what that means. We're spiritual Israel. It's a spiritual captivity. All the while, we've been going through a physical captivity this entire time. You guys have come to the end of your reign. You've come to the end of you having authority, and you're having a very difficult time with it. And it's not going to get any better. It's only going to get worse, because the Most High is going to expose you, and the Holy Spirit is going to expose you more every day. Shalom.